it's in an ideal location right now between Columbia and Greenville.
Well, that's what Newberry's got going for us, interstate that.
We've got that,
And you
then
gotta promote it.
I mean, we don't need billboards 10 miles up the road. We do need billboards coming out of, you know, Greenville, coming out of Lawrence, whatever.
coming out of Columbia.
And John White, who owns the Beacon in Spartanburg, he did commercials in California. He had a billboard in California that said you're only 3,000 miles away from the Beacon. He was, you know, so yeah, that's a little extravagant, but people.
So you got some funny money on that one because it's a great idea, but California's a little.
Well, you know what? There's not a soul. You can find somebody in every state sitting at the Beacon. I promise you that. And he's a good Christian man, and he really promoted his business. But Newberry, what Newberry's got going for it is the fact that it's halfway between Greenville, Spartanburg, and Columbia.
Right.
We got to promote ourselves as an interstate town.
And
It has
That's
to
what
be.
we are. That's what we are.
It has to be promoted as a tourist,
Right downtown
as a tourist destination. And a couple of years back, I presented a picture down at the city council of painted buildings, and everybody loved it, and nothing followed through, of course. But my husband and I, when we were doing our antiquing, we were all over the country, and we were in a lot of small towns: Wilmington, Ohio, Alexandria, Virginia, lots and lots of small towns, and we saw what they were doing to attract and make it attractive for people to be there. And they, in most cases, it was the buildings were just painted, and they had outdoor bistro things, little tables and chairs, and they had lots and lots of flowers. Some of the buildings had windowsills with flowers. Some of them, Wilmington, Ohio, had the most beautiful display. They had these overhead lights, which Newberry used to have, and they had hanging pots, huge hanging pots of flowers. It was just gorgeous.
That's
You were
something
like
we can
going
talk
under a
about.
garland.
Is there also a committee for that, or do we get to have any input on the beautification that's going to be doing downtown, the streetscape and everything? Is that being
Absolutely. Met with Laura Dukes today, who is our landscape architect, and we went down and we counted the benches. We looked at the tractor set because we looked at a couple different things. And currently, right now, there's 22 city benches just on downtown Main Street.
But they're
we need-
plastic.
I understand. And actually, they're a new type of party board. Is what they are. It's a faux wood, but I guess you could call it plastic. But you know what we're doing is we took account today of what we need downtown to really make it a comfortable area. And it's the first initial steps. I hate to call it this, but it's street furniture. It's the bike racks, it's the trash cans, it's the benches, the things that y'all asked for at the last meeting, and we're going to get those ordered here very soon. It may take a couple weeks to ship once we order, but trust me, we're moving on.
And Matt, I think I would like to congratulate and tell the city we appreciate that, because it's not all negative here. We have seen some changes in the last 2 months. We have the directory down at the Opera House, and we have more coming, but we got to start. And Jeff's working on getting some permanent structures up in several places. We asked for benches and trash cans, and we got them in 30 days. You know, and so we are making some. I asked personally for the alleyway across the street. And, you know, I went and looked at it last night before I went to council, and every light was burning, and it was clean as it could be in there. So there are a lot of positives, littles going on, and littles add up.
Sure.
Littles add up, and that's where I'd like to see us continue. Our streetscape's fantastic, but that's really bigger than we can think. So the little stuff means a lot.
Well, it's not bigger than I can think. We've just been to Whitmire of all places, and he actually has some pictures that we can put up on the computer and show you.
But I want.
They got a grant for that, and they were doing the
Soccer.
benches, trash can. They did all that, but they painted the buildings, and it
It
looks
is.
yeah,
It's
it looks
gorgeous.
awesome.
Whitmire, it makes
It
a big difference.
looks awesome. They were doing
Pass
this.
that-
and
pass
the
that around.
planners are another big thing, but
Tony's here.
Talk about the facade grant. That's
yes.
Bill, you hear that? It's free. Maybe you get a year.
They did 4 or 5 years ago.
They,
I have a list. I wanted to mention to you that I was speaking with Judy Whitaker. We were talking about streetscape and everything. Judy Whitaker is homegrown. She's Newberry. She knows her stuff.
Wickers.
Okay. Yeah, the greenhouse people. flower people. Judy. Anyway, she does a bang-up job. She said that she would be more than willing to work out some prototypes for everyone to look at. And yes, and she's going to be price competitive, because I told her, look, you know, this isn't San Fran, so we got to, you know, keep it mellow. But she also realizes what plants are going to work in this area. I mean, if they have to be watered every single day and they're frail, probably not going to work so much, right? Anyway, I kind of put this in her court just to get something back. Would you consider someone local like that?
We also have a wonderful Laura Dukes. I mean, she's really good.
Yeah, I would just like to spread it around.
She's a little
Yes.
But let's
So
spread it
Laura
around.
Dukes always gets everything, that's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
let's spread it around.
We want new ideas. We
Sure,
need
sure.
new input.
And I hope when all is said and done, the ideas really come from y'all. And with the facade grant program, Nisi asked about that, and it's something that we're really excited about. You know, $560,000 was budgeted for the downtown streetscape project. The trees that we're trying to put in, it looks like the best case scenario that we're getting feedback from y'all is we need to go up to Lindsay, not do the intersections and spend all that money on new lights, because everybody likes the lights and they think they look nice. So what we need to do is we need to get up to Lindsay and we need to take that money that we're saving in those tree plantings and make that available for a facade grant program.
Well, you're talking about lights, you're talking about street lights.
I'm talking about intersection
Yes,
signals.
right, exactly.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
but what we need more than anything is actual lights out there.
Correct.
Main
That
Street is dark.
We're coming next
We do
month.
need more street
That,
lights.
well, we're talking about two different things, I think.
Yeah, he's trying to clarify which one we're.
What Rex is talking about is the lights we have currently, we have maxed out the wattage on those overhead lights. And they have the historic globe on it. Nisi pointed out earlier, if you don't buy the ones with the refractors that shoot the light down, you're losing all that light. It's just spilling up.
Right.
So what we're looking at doing is going to an LED bulb, which allows us another 300 watts. So we'll get 900 watts out of each light post. I think what Rex is talking about is what you're talking about is possibly adding some more.
Well, I just want to see, you know, we get a lot of walkers at night. I mean, we sit here and watch a lot of dogs go by and pull in their masters and all that. And I mean, you know, Saturdays are amazing. Yeah, Saturdays are amazing downtown, and even Sundays now with the traffic. So if we could enhance the lights to do that, you know, summertime is, I don't know about retail other than restaurant, and maybe somebody could help me here, but we in the restaurant business, we have about 10 weeks that are pretty scary. The Opera House in town, people are traveling,
Kids are gone.
vacation, kids are gone. I mean, you know, the Opera House doesn't really have any acts or anything going on that, you know, they're not. So what I'm saying is, you know, if we can get people downtown and comfortable, you know, we really need to enhance the summertime traffic also. But we just need to enhance the traffic after dark, period, because people love to walk downtown. And, you know, just lights and, yeah, I mean, people just want it. You know, when I first moved back to Newberry, one of the biggest compliments that I had, I was actually working in my yard, which I don't get the opportunity to do too much anymore. But this couple walked down Harper Street, and I actually had a nice green yard, fescue, you know, and like I say, all the restaurant now, so it doesn't happen anymore. But this couple walked by, and they were complimenting me on my yard, and they introduced themselves, and they were from Columbia, and it was a Saturday afternoon. And they said, yeah, we come down about once a month, and we park up at the church, and we walk down Main Street, and up Harper Street, and back down Main Street, past, you know, Bill's house, the whole route, because they felt safe.
That's a great compliment.
Yes,
I'll tell you,
absolutely.
one of my favorite events in Newberry is the Harper Street Parade.
Yeah.
I lived on Summer Street
That's
for,
because you don't have to do it.
I lived on Summer Street, which is right off, well, I hope y'all like it. 'Cause my daughter
My
loves
dog
to ride
just
her bike.
nuts, he goes crazy.
If you've never checked out the Harper Street Parade, it's not a city event at all. It's a community-driven event. It is fantastic. And I've only been here for about 10 years. When I heard what you were saying about how the merchants drove those events, and how y'all put that, I mean, that is unbelievable, that y'all put those together and got those going. That is fantastic. And that's where I think we'll be here in a couple of years, is that the interaction between the city and the merchants, it'll seem like